Now, you've probably got one of these, I'll put it the right way around. It might have been in your hand while you're watching the programme, and chances are you know just how addictive they can be. And when it comes to protecting our children from phone use, are we going far enough? Now, the reason I ask that is because there's a new push to try and ban smartphones like this in schools in England by law. A new bill is being introduced in the House of Commons, which is the first step in any proposed change to the law. Let's hear from two mums now who are coming at this from different places. Jennifer Powers is in the studio. She wants mobile-free schools. And Fiona Scott is against the regulations and will be joining us in a moment as well. She is down the line tonight. I hope you're not on your phone, by the way. I hope it's on a laptop or a computer. But maybe that will help the debate. Jennifer, let's come to you first of all. State your case if you'd like to. Why do we need to remove phones from our children in schools?
Well, the Safer Phones Bill is great news because it starts the debate in Westminster about the addictive and damaging nature of smartphones for our children. There's the issue of harmful content, which we know all too well, and the increasing body of evidence about the impact of anxiety and depression and self-harm on our children. But it goes well beyond social media and the impacts on our children. It's about the addictive nature of the device itself, a portable, unsupervised supercomputer in our children's pocket. We're not giving them access to the world, we're giving the world access to our children. And I'm so excited that there's so much support for this bill, from teaching unions through to school leaders, politicians of all parties. They're really catching up to what parents across the country know, which is smartphones are damaging.
OK. Fiona, Jennifer makes quite a strong case, doesn't she? Why should our children be allowed to have phones in school?
Well, for me, as a mother of 4 children, the youngest being 17, I think we have to trust our young people. We have created a world in which technology and connection to the world, that's the world we've created for our children, and we have to trust them and educate them to use that world properly. And banning them and creating a ban, apart from anything else, I don't think it's going to work. Schools have enough to deal with today, and I just don't think it'll work. It won't work for students, and it won't work for parents either. They will break the ban, and it will be broken every single day.
Jennifer, you're creating another rule for schools.
Let's take both of those arguments in turn and demolish them, if you'll give me a moment. The first is that it's impractical. We know that schools up and down the country are increasingly making themselves smartphone free. Of course, there are exceptions for this in terms of children with medical needs. But we also know that it is improving behavior, improving learning, and actually even improving attendance rates. It's absolutely phenomenal. If you go on the Smartphone Free Schools website, you'll see the evidence case there, which is growing by the day. In fact, did you know that schools that are smartphone free, the children on average have a 1 to 2 mark higher on their GCSEs. So this is about impacting attainment and learning, not just development and behavior. This is such a significant thing that we can do for our kids to make an immediate change.
Fiona?
Oh, wait, what about the second?
Right,
It's not practical.
Okay, quickly, then.
Very quickly. It's incredibly practical. We have schools that are deciding to make the premises smartphone free, and teachers and head teachers love it. Do you know why? Because behavior improves in the classroom.
Okay.
We have the student teaching union coming out in favour and heads everywhere. This is a win-win policy.
OK, you left a gap. Have you finished now?
I have.
OK, Fiona.
OK, well, what I would say to that is I'm not talking about children in schools, particularly secondary schools, on their phones every 5 minutes. My children signed a contract when they went to secondary school around behaviour, and etiquette around phones is part of that contract. In my experience, that works just as well. And my children have very strict boundaries around phones, but they still need them. It's really easy to say that the internet is a bad place and everything about it is bad, but actually it provides huge access to loads of resources that children would never have had when I was growing up. And during the pandemic, it provided connection for many, many young people who were isolated from their education. And apart from that, many schools actually use online resources like WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups to communicate anyway. So there's a bit of hypocrisy in this.
OK, I feel we should get you back and continue this discussion because we're out of time.
Can I just say one more thing, Dan?
If you can do it in 10 seconds, yes.
OK. This is not anti-tech, it's not anti-screen, it's pro-childhood. And to say that the onus should be on parents when it's the big tech companies that are pushing addictive and damaging algorithms, I say no. And I'm really glad that most of the country agrees with me and not Fiona.
OK. I'm glad you sort of got on, though. Fiona, Jennifer, thank you very much for your
Pleasure.
time. And I'm sure that is being discussed in the homes of people who are watching tonight as well.